Every eukaryote has a number of paired chromosomes that line up at the end of gamete formation and are similar in appearance. In addition, sex of every individual is determined by two chromosomes, generally called as X chromosomes for females and Y chromosomes for males. In mammals, XY develops testicles, secretes male sex hormones, and fetus develops into a male, while XX fetus develops into a female. For sex-linked inheritance, the genes should be located on either Y or X chromosome. Female individuals can be heterozygous or homozygous for genes which are present on X chromosomes, but males are always hemizygous. In some species, the same organism carries both the sexes. This condition is called hermaphroditism. The organism which carries both reproductive structures, that is male and female, is known as monoecious, meaning one house, and species having either male or female reproductive structures are known as dioecious, that is two houses. Humans are dioecious while flowers in many plants are monoecious. According to chromosome theory of inheritance, genes are located on chromosomes, which act as vehicles for gene segregation in meiosis. In 1891, Hermann Henking observed a peculiar structure in cell nuclei from male insects. Its function and its relation to sex determination were not known. He called this as X body. Later, McClung studied X body in grasshopper and concluded that it was an accessory chromosome, but eventually it was found that it was X chromosome according to Henking's original designation. In 1905, Stevens and Wilson demonstrated that in insects, female cells have two X chromosomes while male cells have a single X chromosome. Later, in some insects, they demonstrated that while female cells had two X chromosomes, male cells had one X chromosome plus a smaller chromosome, which they designated as Y chromosome. It was also determined that in many organisms, while sex is determined by sex chromosomes, some non-sex chromosomes also exist in males and females, which are known as autosomes. Drosophila melanogaster has 8 chromosomes with 3 pairs of autosomes and 1 pair of sex chromosomes. Thus, each parent has one haploid set of autosomes and one sex chromosome. Female flies have 2 X chromosomes and males have 1 X chromosome and 1 Y chromosome. However, sex determination does not depend on Y chromosomes. Rather, it is determined by a balance between genes on autosomes and on X chromosome. This type of sex determination is called as genic balance system. The female producing effects are present on X chromosomes and male producing effects are present on autosomes. That is why the fly's sex is determined by X:A ratio, where the number of X chromosomes are divided by the number of haploid sets of autosomal chromosomes. An X:A ratio of 1 produces female flies, X is to A, and X:A ratio of 0.5 produces a male X Y is to A. In 1910, T. H. Morgan discovered sex linkage in fruit flies. During his experiments, he noticed a sudden appearance of one white-eyed male mutant fly in a group of normal red-eyed flies. When white-eyed male fly was crossed with red-eyed female fly, the F1 generation were all red-eyed, indicating that white eye color is recessive to normal red eye color. When F1 flies were crossed, F2 generation showed red eye flies and white-eyed flies in 3:1 ratio. White-eyed flies were male, while among red-eyed flies 2/3 were females and 1/3 were males. All females were red-eyed, whereas 50% males were red-eyed and 50% males were white-eyed. In species like birds, fish and moths, sex determination is identical to the XX-XY mechanism, but females are heterogametic and males are homogametic. It is denoted as ZW for females and ZZ for males. In this mechanism, the relationship between sex phenotype and sex chromosomes is reversed. In birds, the chromosome composition of the egg determines the sex of the offspring, whereas in fruit flies and humans, the composition of chromosome of sperm determines the sex of the offspring. In lower animals, sex determination is not dependent on the genetic factors, rather it depends on external environment. Genotype of both males and females are similar, but stimuli from outside initiates development towards one sex or the other. For example, in reptiles and amphibians, incubation temperature plays an important role in deciding the sex of the offspring. In the turtle, Chrysema picta, high incubation temperature of eggs results in production of female progeny, while in lizard, Agama, high incubation temperature results in male offspring. Murray Llewellyn Barr was conducting studies on female cats, where he observed chromatin bodies in the nerve cells of female cats, but not in males. Barr and others also reported a consistent cytological difference in nuclear contents of human male and female cells. With proper staining techniques, small chromatin bodies called as Barr bodies was observed in female cells. This Barr body was related to the number of X chromosomes in the nuclear cells of females and was absent in normal male cells. This technique can be used to determine sex of human embryo at early stages of development. These chromatin bodies not only distinguish normal male and female cells, but are used to diagnose abnormalities in sex chromosomes in humans. The female homozygous for genes on the X chromosomes do not express a character more markedly than do hemizygous males. So, there must be a mechanism through which effective dosage of genes of two sexes is made equal or nearly equal. This phenomenon is called as dosage compensation. Barr body and dosage compensation in mammals is determined by inactivation of one of the X chromosomes of the female cells. Mary F. Lyon first gave evidences of dosage compensation from cytological and genetic studies on coat color of mice. Heterozygous female mice show a mottled effect, unlike the homozygous female mice. The fur color pattern is a mosaic which was formed of randomly arranged patches of two colors. Normal male mice and abnormal XO female can never have mottled phenotype. The Lyon hypothesis was mainly based on the observation that sex chromatin bodies in interphase cells of adult female is one less than the number of X chromosomes in metaphase stage. So, only one X chromosome is required for normal metabolism in female cells. Any other X chromosome is condensed and genetically inactive. Thus, X chromosomes in mammals have the capability of being heterochromatic in some cells and euchromatic in others. The selection of X chromosome to be inactive is random. But once an X chromosome has become inactive, all the cells originated from that cell will keep the same inactive X chromosome. With the discovery of parallelism between sex determination and X chromosome cycle, it was assumed that other genes are also located on the X chromosome along with sex determiner genes. For example, mutant gene XAG blood alleles in humans have been located on X chromosome. As it is present on the same chromosome as sex determiners, they are known as sex-linked. The experimental evidence for sex linkage in Drosophila was studied by T. H. Morgan in 1910. He worked on white-eyed mutant Drosophila where a gene had undergone a change, resulting in phenotypic alteration. This change was expressed as white eyes rather than normal red eyes. When white-eyed males were crossed with red-eyed females, F1 generation gave all red-eyed flies, and F2 generation gave both red and white-eyed flies in a 3 red is to 1 white ratio. All white-eyed flies were males in F2 generation. All the female flies had red eyes, while half of the male had white eyes and others had red eyes. In this experiment, the recessive allele was expressed only in males. Morgan associated these results with the genes present on the X chromosome because the male fly had only one X chromosome and one Y chromosome, and the Y chromosome lacked many genes that were present on the X chromosome. It was postulated that white eye alleles were hemizygous and therefore expressed. Furthermore, the mutant alleles of X chromosome of the original white-eyed males was passed to the daughter cells. All the daughter cells therefore were the carriers of mutant allele. The F2 hemizygous males obtained their X chromosome from heterozygous females. Half of the males received wild type alleles and developed red eyes, and half received mutant alleles and developed white eyes. In heterogametic males, most of the sex-linked genes are present on the X chromosome. Some animals carry few genes on the Y chromosome that give visible phenotypic effect on male individuals. Such Y-linked or Hollandric genes would be directly transmitted from father to the son and never appear in females. X linkage is very common in mammals as compared to Y linkage. This is because X chromosome has large number of genes with major effects on the phenotype. The inheritance pattern associated with sex linkage is very obvious and is considered to be ideal for genetic studies. More than 200 traits in humans indicate sex linkage like optic atrophy, juvenile glaucoma, myopia, epidermal cyst, mitral stenosis, and some forms of mental retardation. The crisscross pattern of inheritance is a characteristic feature of sex-linked genes, which means that traits appearing in males are transmitted to their daughters and they pass it on to the males in the next generation, where they are expressed. Daughters does not express recessive traits and behaves like a carrier in the heterozygous condition. Homozygous females for the recessive trait expresses the trait. In males, about 56 genes are reported that have sex linkage. The most common examples are color blindness and hemophilia. The individuals who suffer from red-green color blindness are not able to distinguish both the colors. The gene for this effect resides on X chromosome and is a recessive trait. This defect was first studied by Johann Friedrich Horner in 1876, when a color-blind man is married to a normal woman, their children have normal color vision. But when their daughters are married to normal men, 50% of males are colorblind and the remaining 50% are normal, while the females are all normal. If a colorblind woman marries a normal man, their daughters are normal, but all their sons are colorblind. When these females are married to colorblind men, colorblind sons and daughters are born in equal numbers. Hemophilia, on the other hand, is another popular example of sex-linked inheritance in humans. It is caused by a mutant gene small h present in X chromosome and recessive to normal allele. In individuals suffering from this disease, it leads to an impairment of the body's ability to control blood clotting, which is necessary to stop bleeding during any injury. So, in the absence of blood clotting substance, a minor cut or injury may cause prolonged bleeding, leading to death. This disease is generally restricted to male members. If a hemophilic man marries a normal woman, the daughters are all carriers, phenotypically normal but carrying hemophilic gene on one of her X chromosomes. On the other hand, the sons are normal. When such a carrier daughter marries a normal man, she transmits the hemophilic gene to half of her sons. A hemophilic woman is produced only if a carrier woman is married to a hemophilic man. This is also called as royal disease because it was first found in European royal families. Queen Victoria of England was a carrier of the gene for hemophilia. She passed the allele on to one of her 4 sons and 2 of her 5 daughters. Her son Leopold had the disease and died at the age of 30, while her daughters were only carriers. As a result of marrying into other European royal families, the princesses Alice and Beatrice spread hemophilia to Russia, Germany and Spain. By the early 20th century, 10 of Victoria's descendants had hemophilia. By comparison to the X chromosome, the Y chromosome is much smaller and has only 26 genes and gene families. Only one of the Y chromosome genes, the SRY gene, is responsible for male anatomical traits because only the Y chromosome experiences recombination with the X chromosome at the ends of the chromosome. As a result of crossing over, the Y chromosome essentially is reproduced via cloning from one generation to the next. This prevents mutant Y chromosome genes from being eliminated from male genetic lines except by the inactivation or deletion. Subsequently, the Y chromosome now has few active genes and mostly contains genetic junk rather than genes. Congenital hyperurinemia, also known as Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, is characterized by excessive formation of uric acid and inherited through recessive sex-linked gene. Here, mother contributes the X chromosome with the defective gene to a male zygote. These are deficient for the enzyme hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase HPRT, an enzyme which is involved in nucleotide synthesis. As a consequence, the infants lose their motor control, muscles become flabby and weak and prevent the child from walking, sitting and speaking normally. By the age of 2 years, self-mutilation occurs leading to finger chewing, teeth grinding, lip biting, etc. Death occurs by severe neurological and renal failure. Duchenne type muscle dystrophy is another sex-linked recessive disorder. Carrier mothers passes this gene to half of her male children. It leads to muscle deterioration which progresses rapidly. Leg and shoulder muscles of children becomes very stiff, usually causing paralysis. Hunter syndrome is characterized by mental retardation, abnormal hairiness, and facial appearance that shows a broad bridge of nose and protruding tongue. Certain constituents in amniotic fluid in early pregnancy can indicate this abnormality. These compounds are associated with abnormal processing of mucopolysaccharide synthesis. In this discussion, we discovered how chromosomes act to determine sex in humans and other organisms, how sex influences the expression of various autosomal traits, and what happens when too many or too few sex chromosomes are present. It is also noteworthy that sex-linked genes play an important role in deciding whether an offspring will be a carrier or deceased. Proper genetic counseling and upcoming technologies of diagnosis can help in identifying chances of abnormalities in an offspring during early pregnancy.